Hi, here we are again with an opportunity to do a little devotional behind the wheel, as we have called these. Just going to read it from this little devotional book that I share thoughts with you from time to time, entitled When Questions Remain. On October 31st, 2014, an experimental spacecraft broke apart during a test flight and crashed into the Mojave Desert. The co-pilot died while the pilot miraculously survived. Investigators soon determined what had happened, but not why it had happened. The title of a newspaper article about the crash began with the words, "Questions remain." Throughout life, we may experience sorrows for which there is no adequate explanation. I'm sure we've all had things happen and we've all asked why. Some are catastrophic events with far-reaching effects, while others are personal, private tragedies that alter our individual lives and the lives of our family. I know right now our family, our extended family, are dealing with situations that we're asking why. A lot of whys are being asked. And not a lot of answers are coming, and I'm sure that those of you who may be watching may have things that have happened in your life, maybe recently or maybe a long time ago, and you're still asking, why did that happen? And you haven't yet gotten a proper answer or explanation. It's common for us to want to know the why. But when we seem to find more questions often than answers, we're still perplexed. Yet even while we struggle with the why, God extends his unfailing love to us. There's a guy in the Bible by the name of Job. The Bible says that Job lost his children, his wealth, everything that he owned basically in a single day. You can read about that in Job chapter 1, verses 13 to 19. And Job kind of sank into this disappointed, maybe even angry depression. And he resisted any explanation that was offered by his friends, or so-called friends. I guess it were his friends. Yet he held out hope that someday there would be an answer from God. Even in the darkness, Job says this. And it took a real man of God to say something like this. He said, God knows the way that I take. In other words, God knows me, and God knows the way that I'm walking. And when he has tested me, I will come forth as gold. Whatever Job was going through, he kind of saw it from his perspective as a sense that God was testing him. And I'm not going to get into that one way or the other at this point. But he said, when God has tested me, I will come forth as gold. Oswald Chambers said, there will come one day a personal and direct touch from God when every tear and perplexity, every oppression and distress, every suffering and pain, and wrong and injustice will have a complete and ample and overwhelming explanation. Today, as we face unanswered questions, we can find help and hope in God's love and in God's promises. And I believe, as Chambers said, one day there will be a complete, ample, and overwhelming explanation as to the whys that we are facing right now. God bless you. When we face unanswered questions, we find help and hope in the love of God. Lindsey Burt here from Behind the Wheel. Have a fantastic rest of your day, whenever it is that you're watching this. God bless.